I don't want a traditional wedding. My ideal wedding would be a Halloween wedding.
I'm a girl and I want a traditional wedding.
We're thinking potluck.
You do need flowers.
I just don't think I want flowers.
It feels like a barbecue. I want to put a slip and slide out and like throw frisbees.
This is not where I want to have my wedding.
It sounds like a puke fest.
You are seriously over budget.
Rebekah's not gonna have a wedding without decorations. I'm not gonna let that happen.
I have faith that it's gonna be okay.
Hey, I'm Lee Bergen. I'm the wedding planner. Usually it takes me many, many months and several hundred thousands of dollars to plan a wedding, but today we're giving away a wedding to a lucky couple. Now, my challenge is I've got 2 weeks and $10,000 to do it. But really, there is no free wedding. So we've added a twist to make things interesting. And if that weren't enough, our couple can't even agree on what they really want for a wedding.
Rebekah and I met online, internet dating, which was fun.
I signed up and his email came in and it was like, this is the guy I've been looking for. We have been together a year and 2.5 months. No, I don't want yours. Steve's a crazy guy. He's just very creative and he likes to be in that environment around him all the time.
I just do things and people say, oh my God, that's so wacky. Now I just keep that going. Hey, I don't want pink, you can We are both so excited to finally get this done. I mean, I think it's great. We were told there's a twist, no idea what it is. I don't want a traditional wedding. Why? Why did the hand go away? I don't, but we can have elegance to it, but I mean, it's got to be fun. That's us anyway.
I do want a traditional wedding. It's what I've always wanted.
But you're a girl though, girls want that. I'm very atypical.
I'm a girl and I want a traditional wedding.
My ideal wedding would be a Halloween wedding. I've always thought of having some sort of wedding where there was people dressed up in costumes other than just wearing tuxedos and dresses and your typical thing. I want people to come to a wedding that's different.
Just the idea of all these people in zombie outfits and at my wedding, it's my nightmare.
So you guys, you've got this wedding to plan. Are you excited?
It's pretty crazy, yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's kind of a whirlwind. I think it's gonna be wonderful. Well, you know you've got 2 weeks.
Yes.
And $10,000, right?
Yep.
I think you already know that there's like a little twist too, right?
We know that there is a twist.
Rebekah, you don't have to do a darn thing, Rebekah. You don't have to pick the venue. You don't have to pick the music. You don't have to pick the flowers. You don't have to pick the cake. You don't even have to pick your wedding dress because, Steve, you get to pick it all.
So I don't get to plan anything?
You just have to show up the day of your own wedding like an ordinary guest.
Leave it to me, hon. You're in good hands.
Oh boy. When Lee said that Steve had to plan the whole wedding, I just couldn't believe it. I'm still in shock. My brain is just going crazy.
So are you up for the challenge, Steve?
I am. I've got lots of ideas.
I know you love this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When Lee told me I was going to be in charge of planning the entire wedding, I was pretty shocked, but pretty excited.
If Steve plans a Halloween wedding, God, I don't know. I'm probably going to cry.
I'm excited that I've got control of it. I mean, you know, who doesn't want to be in control? So I was thinking that maybe...
Yeah, exactly. There was a whole Dracula thing.
Oh, God.
So you guys know you both have an advocate or a friend that you've picked.
Right.
Rebekah, who's yours?
My best friend, Erin.
We've known each other since our very first day, our freshman year of college.
Stephen, who's yours?
A buddy of mine named Dan.
I am Aaron's boyfriend and I'm friends with Steve.
So Dan will be moral support for you, Stephen, while you're doing this. And Rebekah, Aaron will be your advocate during this process. All they're there is for moral support and to sort of help guide, but ultimately, Steve, the entire decision process is yours. All the responsibility will fall on you.
Nice.
You know?
No pressure.
Okay, Rebekah, just so you know, we're not completely heartless, and there is one thing you will get to choose. We're actually gonna take you to Sturt Weissman so you can pick out your own pair of shoes. Can I give you a little advice?
Sure.
Pick something really neutral because you have no idea what you're gonna be wearing on your wedding day.
Okay.
Okay? Good. Okay, so we've got your advocates outside, so let's bring them in because we have a lot of work to do, and Rebekah, you have some shoe shopping you've got to take care of.
Okay.
So let's get started,
Gonna
okay?
be surprised. Hello, guys.
Hello there.
All right, so Leah's inside. Very excited to meet you. So you know how we talked about maybe we'd both be planning the wedding and everything?
Right?
I don't get to know anything.
I'm planning.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm planning the entire thing.
With you guys. With your help.
Yeah.
Only you could do something.
I'm so sorry, Rebekah.
When they told me what the twist was, I actually was excited. I knew that Rebekah's probably the only woman I know that could be okay with this.
I'm trusting you. You
Absolutely.
know me. Basically, for the dress, something that fits me.
Your other
And don't let
family
him
of
look
kids.
ridiculous. Like, don't.
Don't let Steve look ridiculous?
Yeah.
Like no Wookiee costume?
No Wookiee costume.
Like
No
a Renaissance-
Halloween.
No Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time's up. Goodbye.
Oh God.
Come with me. Come on. It's done. Lovely. Have a nice time. See you at the wedding. Have a great time. Bye.
Planning my best friend's wedding in a year would be exciting. Planning it in 2 weeks is a little nerve-wracking.
So as you guys know, we've got a lot of work cut out for us. You're smiling now, but in a few minutes you won't be.
This time constraint is absolutely nuts.
The average wedding is $20,000 in the United States now. And
We're
so,
trying to do that in half.
we're cutting that in half. And we've got a lot of work. And we've got very little time and very little money.
This budget is tiny, so it's going to be an interesting challenge to see what we can do.
First thing is to think about the location. Typical location in LA is between $35,000 and $10,000 for a 12-hour day. Wow. Okay, we're gonna have to look at her dress because you're gonna be choosing her dress.
Rebekah's dress has been an issue for a year. Last year we went to the Renaissance Fair and she saw this dress that she loved. Are we gonna find that at a bridal store? No, but that's probably more of a costume store.
Another thing you guys want to think about is theme. Okay, what do you want this to look like?
I guess my biggest concern right now is the theme. I think is really because the theme will then define how much effort and work has got to go into other minute details of the wedding. All my life, people have always said, we can't wait to one day go to your wedding. It's going to be crazy. They expect that because that's what I would expect for myself. I think there's a way to compromise with having traditional with a theme. I don't without going too overboard. So as I sit here in the midst of chaos in brainstorming the next 2 weeks, she's off buying shoes.
All my friends right now are back at my house planning my wedding while I'm shopping for shoes. Yeah, they're very comfy.
All right, you guys, next thing on the agenda, flowers. Every wedding needs flowers, or not. It's your wedding too.
Flowers I could care less about. If we can find a location that's got flowers, that's great. If not, if we've got to do a guerrilla raid in the middle of the night and just start going through Mrs. Beasley's flower garden, then we'll do it.
The next thing you want to think about is the food, because before cake, there's food. Catering. Okay, what are your thoughts on food?
We're thinking potluck. So, what?
When Steve said he wanted a potluck, I thought that would certainly maintain a theme that he's had at all parties and would save us money and be possibly the most white trash thing I've ever involved myself in.
This could be something really magical.
This is not where I want to have my wedding.
I'm planning Steve and Rebekah's dream wedding. The first thing we gotta find is a location, and they said they wanted something green. Can't get much greener than this park, so that's why I chose it. Also, it's really cheap, but it's got a whole lot of problems. We'll just see if Steve likes it.
It's a big green field. Looks that way.
What do you think?
Well, if we build it, they will come. The first reaction getting out of the car was, well, it's a park.
So tell me, what do you think?
Well, benches are good. That's always got the table.
Yeah, it's got
taken care of.
benches, it's got bathroom facilities. I mean, it's very green, it's very large, so you have a lot of space to work with. Given what you talked about, I thought we'd start off with this.
It feels like a barbecue. I want to put a slip and slide out and like throw frisbees.
One of the reasons I like this is because it's only $350. It sounds really silly, but we could get all these garbage cans together, turn them over, put tablecloths on them, and use them as stand-ups.
Lee's idea to use the trash cans as stand-ups was completely shocking to me.
While innovative, I'm pretty sure it was a violation of like at least 9 health codes.
I don't know, it might be fun if we were doing like a hoedown theme kind of cookout.
I mean, there are ways of doing it. You guys do have something you can get ready in, so that's good. You know,
Really?
it's like you gotta think. This is fantasy gorilla wedding making, and you gotta think about the bottom line.
You get what you pay for, and you don't really get a lot, apparently.
I've taken you safely to the border of Munchkin City, and this is as far as I'm willing to go. So why don't you go and take a look at the restrooms, because they will double as your changing rooms as well. And then tell me what you think.
The bathrooms in the park are just detestable. You gag when you walk in. It stinks in here. Holy cow.
I hope that the location is something outside in a vineyard with lots of sky and rolling hills.
This could be something really magical. And we can really make this something lovely for you.
I don't want to give people a picnic in the park. It's not somebody's birthday, it's our wedding day. It should be one notch higher.
The indigenous people in this park, and the centerpiece, we could give everyone like mace. There's the ring bearer right now. Unbelievable.
This is not where I want to have my wedding.
They didn't really love the space, but they don't have any money to spend for anything else. We've got another space to show them. Hopefully they'll like that. But again, you can't get the Ritz if you don't have a Ritz budget. Or our next location, De La Vina in Agora Hills. It's a lot more beautiful and a lot more expensive, but it still has plenty of problems that we have to iron out. Let's bring them in and take a look.
This is beautiful.
Yes, with the top of the world.
Yeah, top of something.
Yeah, exactly. Top of a construction site.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is basically where we are today.
First pulling up to the house, it was like, all right, obviously we've made a pit stop before we get to the second location.
The fact that it's under construction is a little scary.
It'll be the first event of any kind that they've had here. But because it's still being built, maybe we have to bring in some greenery. I mean, it's a beautiful spot and there's greenery around us,
Yeah.
but there's nothing actually on the location.
With all the plastic tarps and exposed wiring and mud everywhere and just construction stuff that's not going to be able to be moved, I think we're going to be buying a lot of fabric to cover stuff, basically.
The inside is being built. There are some finished rooms that we may be able to use, but basically the wedding would be out here and the reception would be out here. But again, we could split it so maybe the wedding is over in one area of this space and then the reception's in another area.
Tons of potential, a lot of work.
There are no guarantees of what's going to work and what's not.
I'm just gonna tell my guests to make sure they have their tetanus shots before they come.
For as beautiful it is,
Yeah.
it still has that much and more to get accomplished. No matter what they do for us, it will not be 100% finished by the day of your wedding. It is far less expensive than you could ordinarily afford.
What would be,
Yeah.
how much of that?
It's about a third of your budget, approximately a third of your budget for this.
Okay.
But it would be at least triple that ordinarily.
As far as themes go for the wedding, I think this venue, Aaron put it best. It just smacks of Romeo and Juliet.
It's so romantic here that it could just be a romance theme, I think.
Honestly, I think it's going to dissuade Steve from his Halloween theme.
First off, do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you want to use the park? We don't have any more time, so we really have to make decisions now.
Compared to the park, I mean, construction and all, I'll take it. I'll take it.
And that means you have a little less than $7,000 left for everything. And there's still a lot that we need to get. There's the cake, there's the rental, there's the food, there's the flowers, the entertainment. There's all these other pieces. If that plumbing isn't done, you're still gonna have to get something that they can
Right.
use that wasn't provided by Mother Nature.
Having just spent a third of the money, I feel a little bit more pressure now to really, you know, I'm gonna have to stretch the dollar.
I did good because they really like the second location a lot better and they've chosen it, which is terrific. The downside is that it's not done and that they've used a significant part of their budget. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be giving Rebekah clues as to what's going on with the wedding she's not planning. Erin's gonna be with me to make sure she doesn't have a complete mental breakdown. The first clue, location, location, location. How are you?
What do you have there?
Well, we thought we'd bring it a little bit to you today, and I've got a little clue as to the location of your nuptials.
Okay.
Go ahead and open, and tell me what you think.
A construction site. That's my guess, is it's somewhere that they're building and they haven't completed yet, so. Now I'm worried.
You are?
Now I'm worried,
And
yeah.
I've served my purpose.
Thank you, Lee. It's certainly not a Renaissance wedding or anything traditional, and it's probably gonna take place in a construction site.
Well, that went pretty well. I think I got her completely confused. She came close, but she didn't quite get it, and it's all about getting it on the head. Anyway, I've got more clues, and I'll break her yet.
My dreams for a Halloween wedding are kind of coming to fruition.
Rebekah and Steve are getting married in less than 2 weeks. The twist is the groom has to plan the entire wedding, and his poor bride has no input whatsoever. So today we're going bridal gown shopping. Now this place is a little more unusual than most. Because they do most of their business online and they don't have a fancy boutique, they pass the savings on to the consumer. Let's go inside and see if we can find something that Steve will think is good for Rebekah.
When I walked into the warehouse, it was like, hello, where do I start? It's like a library.
Every dress you'd ever want is in this one location. Now they have bridal dresses from $99 to $600, which is way below what you would pay at a normal store. Now what kind of a dress does Rebekah want?
I hope that the dress they're picking out is something that's Renaissance-y or fairy-like.
I think like Guinevere kind of thing.
Well, if any place is gonna have it, this place is going to. So let's start looking at some dresses.
So we broke up into teams and we went looking for the perfect dress.
There are so many to choose from.
It's an overwhelming prospect for a girl to go through on her big day. Nothing like leaving it to her fiancé to do.
Princesses never go out of style.
That's the truth.
We gotta try on some dresses. Which one of you is gonna be the guinea pig?
I'll do it. I'll be doing it.
You're gonna do it?
Yes.
Oh, wow, Alice, that's great.
Now, what are you gonna do for your talent competition?
Actually putting it on and then feeling the material and the things rubbing against you and how heavy it was, I kind of feel bad for brides who have to do that.
I think Dan and Steve like dressing up a little more than they should have.
Wow. Yeah, really.
Look at that. No, that's great.
It's very, very similar to what she had in mind. And
Really beautiful.
It looks fantastic.
I think it's great. I think she would love it.
No, this dress is like a little shy of $500, and there'll probably be an alteration charge, which is normal.
Okay.
So we're looking at $5 plus some change.
Okay.
And that brings our budget down to $6,000 with a few hundred extra.
Okay.
It's getting a little scary. It's getting a little scary. We're really gonna have to crunch some numbers.
Since the groom and his friends enjoyed dress up so much earlier, I've taken them to a different kind of a place other than the usual tuxedo shop. This is Valentino's Costumes, and we thought we'd let them play dress up a little more.
Rebekah initially didn't want costumes, but I mean, we did talk about possibly some kind of Renaissance thing.
I see my guests wearing sort of a mix, because I really would rather that they didn't feel like they had to dress up.
My thought is that everybody will be wearing a costume that day.
This is Sean LeBlanc.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm going to bring out Jeff and Will and Laura. We're all going to take one of you and take
They're
you back
not
there and show you the
fools.
different periods.
Walking into the costume shop today, it was pretty overwhelming because almost like the bridal gown place that we went to, it was like, where do you even start? I want to sort of compliment her with being almost like a knight or like a prince.
What I have in mind is some kind of very romantic Renaissance theme.
Maybe like a Roman Legion guard.
God bless America. All right, what do we got? If I only had a brain.
Not what we're looking for.
It looks like I'm a priest.
Do you think all my hoes will respect me if I'm wearing this?
Kind of look like my great-grandmother. Now I know what happened to my mother's old curtains.
Boom.
It's good, and it doubles as a crash helmet.
My dreams for a Halloween wedding are kind of coming to fruition, but we're adding a sense of romanticism to it.
Beautiful.
This is probably what I feel the most comfortable in.
Do you? You have that walk down.
Nice.
So, Steve, I love what he chose. It's beautiful, it fits him, it fits the character and the period that he wants.
I think the ultimate theme is going to be romance through time.
Okay, I think Rebekah will really love it. I think that is perfect.
My buddy was pulling for Halloween and he sort of got it.
Wait, hello!
Oh my God, it's
This is a costume.
That is
it's like Darth
gorgeous.
Vader and the Easter Bunny had offspring.
Lee's getup was surprising initially, and then I thought maybe it was just his.
This is what you're gonna wear?
I think out of all the selections, this is what I feel most comfortable with, and I like it, yeah. With our romance through time theme, I'm hoping people are gonna come as Guinevere and Lancelot, or Tarzan and Jane.
So what do these run? Because we have a very tight budget.
Okay, for a complete zoot suit kind of thing, it's going to run $125. Something like this runs about $85. This is like $150 because it's a leather doublet and so forth.
So we're looking around $400, so be aware that this is another piece that's gone. All right, you guys, we've had a long day, so let's let this man have his shop back.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Clue 2, this will totally confuse her. We've been very busy with theme, so guess what this clue's about? But I think before you open it, you better sit down.
Okay.
Let's see.
A Halloween costume. Wow.
Anthony and Cleopatra was one of the couples that we put on the email that people could show up as, so it was perfect and very misleading.
Oh. Steve does love Halloween. So my guess is that he decided to be a bit selfish and go with the Halloween theme.
Good guess.
That's my prediction.
Good guess. We're here today at Cupid's Flowers because every wedding needs flowers and you need flowers.
Right.
You have no time and no budget.
On this budget, we need the cheap stuff.
At Cupid, because they're independent and they're a family-run business, they're used to working in short notice and with limited funds, which is both your case. So I'm going to bring Shauna in, and she's going to help us and describe some of the magic that they do.
I'm not totally really big on the flower thing.
I've made a few different arrangements and I can show them to you, and maybe we can start from there working towards your budget.
Great.
Can I start bringing in?
Fantastic. I'd love to see something.
Okay. $180.
Can't afford
Yeah.
$125. $100.
Oh, okay, good, we're getting better.
$75.
We're gonna get down to a pedal. That's what it's gonna be.
$80.
Wow. That's really good.
Yeah.
I think Steve is pretty bipolar at this point. He's incredibly serene with some things and then horribly anxious with others.
I was thinking something more of like a candles in the middle than flowers. I'm not sure I see flowers fitting in like.
Well, what about your bride?
I mean, they were just bringing out flower after flower after flower, and it just almost got to be like, just this overwhelming thing. It's like, I just didn't really want to deal with anymore. It's like, no flowers for anyone.
When Steve said he didn't want flowers, I was actually ready to jump in there.
I know we talked about candles and things like that.
You
but
want some flowers
In
on the
everything
table.
we've discussed too, there's always been some kind of flower element. Honestly, I think he didn't want flowers because I just don't think he thinks it's a legitimate cost. I don't think he wants to pay for them.
I just don't think I want flowers.
Again, what about Rebekah? What does she want?
I love roses. I love the smell of roses.
She's not a big rose kind of person. She likes like spring bouquets.
I love lilies.
She loves carnations.
And I love snapdragons.
I'm not negating that I don't want flowers altogether. I'm just saying
But you do need flowers, and just so you know, normally arrangements run in the hundreds of dollars.
I think Lee kind of comes from a background where he's done big, extravagant weddings.
I understand that he has his own agenda and wants to plan a fantabulous $100,000 wedding, but we have 10 grand. So he better get on my page and my budget instead of taunting me with how little money we have.
The arrangement we were waiting for.
It's very nice.
Yeah, with the right colors, this could be something that works.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
How much for this one?
Best price.
70.
70.
Yes.
We saw a lot of different centerpieces. They all kind of went from here and down, and they kind of whittled down to this one little thing, which was great. For those two things, $550, and then 10 centerpiece things at 70, at 700, brings us to $1,250.
It's great.
We walked away with a lot more than probably I expected we would have.
Let's do a little recapping of the fiscal reality that we've spent so far. And there are a few things you've been doing behind my back that I think we should know about as well.
Well, we've went out and we bought liquor, soda, champagne, wine, and then a DJ.
What was the cost of that?
Normally he charges $1,500 because he's a friend. He's charging $700.
It's good, but it's a piece that's gone.
It is, that's right.
Okay, you guys, I've got a little bit of a sweet tooth going on, so maybe we should taste some cake.
Sounds great.
Awesome. We're here at Cakes by Laura, which is a cake company that she runs out of her home. We're gonna go inside and see what she can bake up for us.
This looks like your mom's house, kind of.
It doesn't look
All right, you guys, this is Laura from
Hi,
Cakes by
hello.
Laura.
I picture the cake as the 3-layer, white flowers, just very decorative, but all white.
Okay,
Wow.
so
It's really rich, but it's very good.
Steve loves the pina colada.
I do.
I want to eat all of it.
So, cake, we're looking at 2 or 3 tiers. What flavor have you decided?
I really like that pineapple surprise cake there that you had.
Not a fruit guy. And this has pineapple and I believe some coconut in it.
If he picked the champagne cake, I would have been surprised. The pina colada, it's like sweet and pineapple-y. He's not a fruit guy, but he is kind of like a zippy, childish flavor guy.
I can do a small little castle as a topper.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
sweet.
And decorate it nicely with beautiful flowers and, you know, make it really pretty Renaissance.
I like the Renaissance rebirth type of theme and the fountains, everything. I mean, that sounds awesome.
But before we get into it, Heavy Duty, I think Laura has a little surprise for you.
How about if I show you something that you might freak her out?
Okay. I wanted to have a Halloween theme wedding in October. She still might think that I was going to go through and have that whole costumey thing, which I am, but with a romance theme.
Oh, wow.
Halloween!
Oh, that's awesome.
She sees the cake, she's going to be like, oh, he still got his way. The prank's going to be on her.
You are seriously over budget.
Not gonna have a wedding without decorations.
Clue number 3, and it's all about cake.
Oh, okay. What? All right, a bunch of spiders and a very pink and purple castle.
The clue is very clear to me. The castle, we're having the castle on top of the cake. The spiders, we've got the fake Halloween cake.
So what I picture now, based on the 3 clues, I picture it sort of like this construction site. And then we brought in the Egyptian Halloween costume love hint, then a cake with jelly spiders all over it that's bright pink. It sounds like a puke fest.
I think she was mortified.
She has obviously no idea what's going on with her wedding, and she's finally starting to sweat. Who knows what she's thinking? Fun, huh?
We're going to do our catering planning today, so that's exciting, but it's also like, you know, almost like saving the best for last, but yet it's like it's the main thing.
We're here at the Stonefire Grill, and they have quantity, quality, and maybe they'll be able to give us a great price as well.
It's going to be really down to the wire, and we haven't even done the decorating portion yet.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you? I'm Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Nice to meet you. Hi, Rick.
Nice to meet you.
So Rick, tell us how Stonefire Grill works.
Stonefire Grill is a casual, fast dining experience. We take your order to front counter. In fact, I'll give you some numbers. We put these numbers on the table.
It was a little strange because we came in, we were given a number, and I'm like, what kind of place is this? You know, this isn't what I would expect for catering. Here we come.
So I'm going to start you off with a few of our signature salads.
The best breadstick I think I've ever had.
The barbecue sauce on this is fantastic.
Money was not an object. You had your dream choice. You could choose any of this food or all of it. What would you choose?
We would go with that the tri-tip salad. And we would go with the spinach salad.
Very good.
Then the garlic mashed potatoes, breadsticks, the barbecue and the gorgonzola cheese tri-tip, along with the lemon chicken.
How many millions of dollars is that going to cost him per person?
And when Rick came and he was like, well, here's the deal, here's how much it's gonna be, I was just like, I'm thinking, I'm biting my lip going, if this thing hits over $2,000, I'm screwed.
That package for 100 people would cost you $10.99 a person.
Oh, that is like amazing.
Seriously? $10.99 a person. I'm like, all right, let's add another entree. What the hell? I thought that the dessert was sweet. This deal is even sweeter.
He looks so much more relaxed right now.
Yeah, it's like,
oh my God, and we can get decorations now.
Such a weight lifted from my shoulders.
It's a good day for the groom.
To Stonefire.
To Stonefire.
Thanks, guys. It was so good, and I am so full. But honestly, I knew how much it was going to be. I just wanted to see him sweat.
My wishes for decorations for my wedding would be white lights everywhere, sparkly, candles, flowers, lots of bunting.
We've just come from a great meal. We still have to get decorations, so we're here at Joann's Stores.
I think we have about $200.
A couple $100 away.
We probably only have a few $100.
I don't know what abacus they're using, but in my book, we're down the hole. Let's go break the news to them. Here we are. The problem is, I've been doing some calculating, and you are seriously over budget.
Really?
Really.
We came in looking for all of the decorations that we needed. We were promptly told that we didn't really have that much money. Actually, no, we went over budget, is what we were told.
One of the things that we can probably deal with is probably the DJ and what that's going to be.
There's a friend of his that he set a deal up with, and it's a really great deal, but even with that deal, it's still pretty expensive.
It's such a key part. He's also providing microphones for the ceremony, microphones for toast.
But the DJ is $700, and you are really in a hole.
Rebekah's not gonna have a wedding without decorations. I'm not gonna let that happen.
You have to have something. I mean, you just can't go into basically what was a construction site until 24 hours before the wedding.
You know what, I'll be willing to pay out of pocket then for, you know.
You may be willing, but we're not, that's not part of the show. And you have a budget, and it's wonderful that you would do that.
No, what if it's not out of Steve's pocket, but it comes as a wedding gift?
Wedding gifts are wedding gifts, yeah.
So that would be okay?
That's fine.
There's the show, and then there's the wedding, too. So if it's gonna be something else, like, I honestly wouldn't mind kicking in a couple $100 for it.
Why don't Dan and I pay for the DJ as our wedding gift to you guys?
You guys are doing so much for helping out.
We know where you live.
That would be really generous and wonderful of both of you.
So thank you, so that's great. And so now that brings us to
decor.
I'm kind of really much better at this than I thought. Let's just get a lot of this. This is what all this garlandy stuff. So we just have
those wreaths, I like those wreaths. Lee and I found some really nice bridal satin for the runner. That says wedding, doesn't it?
So we're at the checkout line, and I'm like in my head, I hear like the drum roll. Here comes the total, and
your total is $464.07.
You guys are over budget still.
You said we had how much to play with?
Well, I did say, you know, you just squeak by.
Yeah?
Okay, we're not gonna be that tight, so let's just say yes and get out of here.
All right. Thank you, Lee.
Last thing.
Yeah, you know what? That's nice, thanks. Wow. Clue number 4. I think it's about your catering.
Catering, okay.
Okay. When she opened the fourth clue, the box of numbers, I think she was completely baffled.
Maybe there's a cook-off. Is there a cook-off at my wedding? It sounds like people are at a fast food restaurant, which just is trashy. It's not at all the classical, traditional wedding I wanted.
Well, those are your 4 clues.
Yeah, I'm totally perplexed by that last one. I don't know. After all these clues and guessing what this wedding's gonna be, I'm not looking forward to it.
Your dress is here.
I'm so nervous.
1, 2,
3.
It's wedding day. And now we have 3 more hours, and Steve and Rebekah are going down that aisle. You guys, you made it! We're here!
We're here. Today's the day.
It's W Day. Doesn't this place look great?
It's amazing.
Yeah. When I walked in, I couldn't believe it. It's like another place. I mean, look at it. It's awesome.
You guys, we have 3 hours. Only 3? So we got to get a move on.
Well, then why are we talking, Lee?
So ready, set, decorate.
Today we have about 15 friends and family here to help us.
The chairs are going in 10 rows of 5.
No, 5 aisles of 10.
It's 10 rows of 5. This isn't 10. This isn't 10 rows of 5.
Okay.
Is that what you want, 10 rows of 5?
I need 10 rows of 5. This isn't 10 rows of 5. This isn't 10 rows of 5.
The thing about the chairs are they're still set up wrong, and I've told them twice in 2 different languages how to set them up, and it's not working.
We are going crazy here. We've got a wedding happening in just a few hours, and what's Rebekah doing? She's checking into a hotel to get a massage.
It's 89.
Rebekah's here in half an hour, so whatever we got to do, let's do it now.
I woke up this morning and I was just like, okay, I'm getting married today. 10 rows of 5.
10 rows of 5.
I really want to. I want to achieve that long walk for her.
Where are the knives and forks?
The knives and forks are... Dan, take a look and tell me if this is straight.
I don't see anything straight here.
Rebekah's arrived. You got to get her inside her room.
I don't want him to see me because that's bad luck.
Okay.
You're gonna make sure that happens, right? That he doesn't see me?
Yes, I will absolutely make sure that.
All right, now, quick step over. There's a little train track thing. Step and... Good.
Good.
I'm a little nervous about everything I'm about to find out. So Rebekah, we're going to take your blindfold off now. This is where you're going to be getting ready. So welcome to your bridal chamber.
Ooh, oh, it's so pretty.
I'm a little nervous about the dress.
Your dress is here.
I want to see it.
You do?
Yes.
Aaron, go.
Okay, I'll be right back. I hope you like
And
it.
close your eyes. Don't take a look. Don't close your eyes. Don't you peek or you can't have your
I'm
wedding.
not, I'm so nervous.
1, 2.
3.
Oh. Oh.
You hate it, right? You hate it. No.
Like it. Oh, look at the arm things. Oh, they're very like what you had described before in the back and all. That is beautiful.
Do you like it?
Yes.
Do you like it?
I love it. It's not at all what I expected, though. I kind of pictured something more Renaissance.
You're gonna need some footwear.
That's right.
Okay?
Let me see if it works. Oh, good. It kind of works.
Wow.
I'm really gonna cry right now. Okay, no, that's okay.
You look awesome. It's so beautiful. Look at yourself. When do I get to see your dress? Very, very soon. Okay. I'm gonna run and change into it quick, and we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be awesome. And we're gonna come help you out. I love you so much. Thank you. You're welcome.
I'm nervous. I'm very emotional all of a sudden.
When I saw her coming out and I saw her in the blindfold, I got a little teary-eyed.
Are you ready to see your wedding? This is the first time she's seen anything.
Not too shabby.
This was one of the most beautiful moments that I could have experienced with her.
We have gathered here from many directions, from long and short distances to celebrate Steve and Rebekah. Steve and Aaron and Dan have spent countless hours planning today's festivities, and Rebekah, this is not the Halloween wedding you feared. Would the bearer of the rings please come forth?
The Lord of the Ring Bearer. This ring I give to you.
As a sign of our constant faith.
And abiding love.
I proclaim that they are now husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.
I couldn't take my eyes off of her during the ceremony, and we both were tearing up, and she just looked so beautiful.
Steve had to plan the wedding for me, not ignoring himself and still bringing in elements of what he liked, but so if it was the reverse, it probably would have been more catered to him.
Now, I gotta tell ya, we had to give Steve a little bit here.
I see.
You wanted your dream wedding and he wanted his, and so we relegated to the sweet stuff.
It looks delicious.
Okay, well actually, that was just to put a little scare in you.
And so there will be a real cake later for you. But.
Okay.
We did it. We pulled it off. Rebekah looked beautiful and the wedding was sensational. I think they're all thrilled with how it came off. But before the event is finished, I've got one more surprise for them, and I think they're gonna like this one. There's a little twist, so you get to open the box one more time, Rebekah, and see what's inside. You two are the lucky recipients of an all-expense-paid trip to Marquis Los Cabos, Mexico.
That's awesome.
5 nights and 4 days. You've got your own casita with its own private pool, and it's really nice.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Congratulations, okay?
I think the wedding was perfect.
When I started, I said I wanted a wacky wedding. I was able to incorporate wackiness with a little bit of class and romance, and today is the result of all that.
I'm completely happy. I'm so proud of him. I'm so grateful.
No.
Okay. Oh, my eye.
God help us.